administration, which is too male, too pale, and too stale.
Do you think that Donald Trump should sue New York Attorney General Letitia James, and on what grounds?
I think she should. I saw an interesting little comment of hers I'd not seen before the other day. She said when she was running for Attorney General that she wants to fight an administration that's too male, too pale, and too stale. Now, you can talk about stale ideas, that's fine, but too male and too pale, that constitutes basically sex and race discrimination. So I think what President Trump ought to do is sue her on the basis of the 1964 Civil Rights Act. Her office gets federal money, in fact, $311 million approximately for various subsidies for law enforcement activity. So the federal money is flowing into her office, and if she is engaged in that kind of sexual and racial discrimination and that kind of language, I think she's wide open to exposure on the 64 Civil Rights Act. Donald J. Trump should sue Letitia James on the basis of civil rights.
Have you suggested this to Trump?
I will, so I'm writing about this.
He's listening.
I think the message will get to him sooner or later.
Good stuff. DeRoy, you're all right.
All right.
Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you, Stuart.
Letitia James. Letitia James, you can't say that. You can't say that, Leteefah. You can't say that. Talking about they're too male, too pale, too frail. Whatever, man. Too male, too pale, too stale. Whatever. Too male, too pale, too stale. Whatever. Should Trump sue her? Well, I don't know. But, again, she can't be saying that. Well, that's okay. I forgot. It's okay. Trump's a white man. He's a conservative white man. He's a conservative white devil. So again, she can say whatever she wants about the white man. Leteefah James. Yeah. We've gotten to a place, man, in this country to where we can say whatever we want about the white man, about white people. Whatever we want. And again, no pushback. I mean, could you imagine if the Attorney General of New York was a white man talking about the Obama administration as too dark, or talking about the Vice President Kamala Harris, cockling Kamala Harris as being too dark and too female? Could you imagine? I mean, they would go out of their damn mind. But again, the hypocrisy on the left knows no bounds. It truly does not. Again, they can say whatever they want. But it's just like Jon Stewart on Monday on his show. He called out Donald Trump for overvaluing his properties when it came to getting loans, and then undervaluing his property when it came to paying his taxes. But again, it found out that Jon Stewart paid taxes on his property that he owned in New York, his penthouse. And he sold that for 829% more. Guys, watch this.
Surprised to hear this from Kevin O'Leary, a guy who's such an asshole. Wait. That even the other people on Shark Tank thinks he's an asshole. Now, he's very chill. I'm surprised to hear that he's so chill about overvaluing something that he thinks is victimless, because when someone tries to do that to him...
Which one of you do I absolutely tear to pieces now on a $28 million valuation?
You think this is worth $10 million?
Absolutely.
Okay, now I'm going to rip your pieces. Are you out of your mind?
Your valuation's insane.
Your valuation's crazy. I think that's a crazy valuation.
I think your valuation is stinky poo-poo.
Oh, no, you didn't. Canadians are so vulgar. How is he not this mad about overvaluations in the real world? Because they are not victimless crimes. First, the banks got paid back at lower interest rates, although, to be honest, who gives a shit? But second, money isn't infinite. A loan that goes to the liar doesn't go to someone who's giving a more honest evaluation. So the system becomes incentivized for corruption. And this is part of a different Trump fraud case, but avoiding taxes hurts all of us. Donald Trump shenanigans cost the city of New York. And to be honest, and let's be frank here, that is money that the city of New York could have used to build more Walgreens. Now, some blocks only have 2 of them. Leave it to Kevin O'Leary to be unaware enough to say the quiet part out loud.
I hear about the so-called victimless crimes, but the laws on the books, falsification of business records in second degree, issuing false financial statements, insurance fraud, conspiracy, and all these different aspects of it, those are actual crimes. I take it your point is that these should not have been prosecuted?
Everything you just listed off is done by every real estate developer everywhere on earth in every city. This has never, ever been prosecuted.
All right, guys, man, let me read just a part of this. Jon Stewart benefited by 829% overvalue of his new NYC home, even as he labels Trump's civil case not victimless. This is from yesterday from the New York Post. I'm going to read just a bit of it. Comedian Jon Stewart ranted this week that Donald Trump's civil real estate case overvaluing his properties was not victimless. Yet, when it came to his own home, Stewart benefited from a similar inflation. So in 2014, Jon Stewart sold his penthouse in New York. I'm going to read this to you. Let me kind of scroll down and read this to you. Okay. To further his point, Stewart argued that money is infinite. A loan that goes to the liar doesn't go to someone who's giving a more honest evaluation. So the system becomes incentivized for corruption. Stewart also contended that failing to declare a higher market value on property while paying taxes based on a lower assessed value constitute fraudulent behavior. Ooh, John, you going down? The Attorney General of New York Leteefah knew that Trump's property was inflated because when it came time to pay taxes, Trump undervalued the very same property. Stewart added, it's all part of a very specific real estate practice known as lying. But John, you did the same thing, little man. And go down right to here to kind of show you what he did. Okay, it didn't take long for internet sleuths to look into Stewart's own property history, which shows that his New York City penthouse sold for 829% more than its success value. Records confirmed by the Post reveal. In 2014, Stewart sold his almost 6,300 square foot Tribeca duplex for $17.5 million. The property's asking price at the time was not available in listing records, but according to the 2013 and 14 assessor records obtained by the Post, the property had a market value of only $1.882 million. So again, less than $2 million is what the assessor rated as the market value, but he sold it for $17.5 million. And here's what the records are. And he actually paid taxes on only, the actual assessor valuation was even lower. What he paid taxes on? He paid taxes on $847,174. Well, guys, man, we truly have to be honest. We truly have to be honest, man. When it comes to the left, they're hypocrites, big time. I mean, again, they can do whatever they want. They can do whatever they want because they're on the left. They're moral. They're good people. No, they're not. They're hypocrites and they're bad people. They truly are. Man, there's something different about being actually good and trying to look good. It's not the same thing. People had to realize that. So again, they're not kind, they're not compassionate, not at all. They only are if you agree with them, then not really. Not really. But Jon Stewart did what he accused Trump of. Again, when it came to suit him, he sold the property at 829% of the tax appraisal value. So again, he paid tax on much, much less than what he profited when selling the property. So again, when it suited him, the property was worth less. But when it suited him, the property was worth more when he sold it. I mean, we have to understand what they're doing. And again, everyone does it. Everyone does that. You know, again, my house, my property value, my assessed property value is less, much less than what the house is worth on the open market. It's always going to be that way. But again, man, these people, they're absolutely hypocrites. Absolutely hypocrites. I mean, again, just like Letitia, just like Letitia James, Leteefah. Again, hypocrites. Going down in flames, just like Letitia James. The old Cher song. Jesse James. Yeah. We have to realize, man, these people are nothing but hypocrites. But guys, man, if you would, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Thanks.
You son of a.